But if you blindly dive into a new start, you may be feeling like this is a victory for you, but I'm seeing that there's a mismatch. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is your waning moon reading for February 2020, so we're looking from the 10th of February onwards, from the full moon in Leo, going towards the new moon in Pisces, going towards the end of the zodiac. Now this is a bulk introduction for all 12 signs, so there'll be a timestamp down below if you watch more than one, because you want to watch more than one: sun, moon and rising sign, and through the filters of sun, moon and rising. So your heart with the sun, your what you are becoming with your rising sign, your emotions with your moon sign. Now it's I would normally say ask a question prior to my reading, and you can, but I am asking the question: what should we, your sign, be reducing alongside the waning moon? As the moon's light fades, what should we let fade with it? So it's a general reading. Roles, if there are any, can be reversed. Timing's not absolute. We are still in the effects of the Saturn and Pluto conjunction, the eclipses over Christmas and the New Year. So there's a lot going on in the sky. So if the reading means anything to you, do comment down below. Please press subscribe while you're there. In fact, press subscribe now. Go on. But in the meantime, let me bring up the cards. So Gemini, if you're making me do a love reading again, then you can go sit in the naughty corner. Because what we're starting with, the very first card, bring love into the situation. We have the loving woman. Interestingly, the loving man turned up for Aries, so maybe there's a link there. And we have the lovers as the very first tarot card. But I do want to say, be careful about what you're getting involved with at the moment. It's almost like there's a choice for you to take something to the next level or not. But if you blindly dive into a new start, you may be feeling like this is a victory for you, but I'm seeing that there's a mismatch. We have Queen of Pentacles here with the King of Swords, with nature so very clashing that it's not that they're even diametrically opposed, they're just so very, very different. We also have fruition and workmanship within the oracle card. So there's something that you have been working towards. You need to keep working towards it, but be aware of conflict on your own doorstep, and do not let the conflict send you off on a path of action. Do not let the conflict drive you heading to a new location, new social set, a new place, whatever that means. Because this Fool has got so many things going on around him, and it's not very often that I feel that this Fool is quite in control, has got the new start, is going ahead, everything's working on his way, he's been around the wheel of the major arcana once. No, not this one. He's trying to juggle too many things at once, and there's too many influences that are going to trip him up, as seen by that baton and hoop wrapped around his leg. There's this Six of Wands. Six of Wands is normally a card of victory, but if you notice, let me bring this up to the camera. No, wrong way. This Six of Wands is the boat out of the Six of Swords. And I'm sorry, but when you're dealing with water, wands are not swords. Wands, oars may be specially treated to withstand the water, but the swords will slice through the water, and these ones, not so much. They don't look like they're specially treated or able to be used as oars or anything. It's like the boat is pretty much directionless. Although you're going there is a hope of freedom in the distance. And the reason I'm being so very negative about this is this final two cards here, 10 of Wands, 3 of Wands. It's like there's a burden that you risk taking on board that you're soon going to be planning of how can I get out of this burden. And out of I was drawn to use the Oracle of Heaven and Hell by Bloodstone Studios for this reading, as well as all the other Oracle decks I use for my Waning Moons. And we have the Goetic Spirit Nibirius with Criminal Enterprise, and no, I don't know how to pronounce that. Hahuya, an angel of protection, and all these angels are mentioned in the Old Testament, by the way. But yeah, Hahuya. But Nibirius was the one that came up to the top. The Criminal Enterprise, linking that with this conflict that I see here, and the fact that Hermes with Journey is working against you, is the god trying to suppress you, to keep you divided. It's almost like use this Nine of Pentacles energy that you've got at the very start of the reading, linking with this loving woman energy. You have got a home base, and it's all. I don't leave the home base. Don't leave where all your resources are, where everything is ready for you to utilize at a moment's notice whenever you need to, because you may be called to exercise, to use some of those pentacles up to exercise your power, but it's almost this King of Swords. Now, these prismatic tarot are pretty hard to read and see, especially with my eyesight, but it's almost like this King of Swords, who's wearing some form of Harlequin mask, you know, the ones with the really long noses, is using his sword to magic up a load of roses to put into the nest of some twin seabirds or another. They look hungry, but also they look hungry. They're about to devour the roses, but ow, think of all the thorns. Devouring roses is not a good idea, because ow, you know, how sharp would that be on the throat going down? So, and that's why I feel that clash of energies there. There is a clarity that if you choose right now to take this next step, to level up, then the clarity that comes to you is just going to lead you to stress. 8 of Swords. It's a bit negative, this, isn't it? But what I'm wanting to say is that you are fine where you are. Keep working at what you was originally going to be working on. Do not be thrown off course by whatever conflict is around you, and be careful what burdens you are taking on, because you do not want to be drawn into somebody else's criminal enterprise. And with Journey standing against you as well, also Hermes is Mercury, and we're coming into Mercury retrograde. So be careful about what you are learning at the moment, and be careful about how these choices are put over to you and presented to you, because you may feel like you're leveling up by this choice being presented to you. But if this is a genuine leveling up in some form of relationship, whether it's a love relationship, a work relationship, a family relationship, whatever, social circle, if it's worth it, it will still be there after the retrograde is over, and there's work that you can be getting on and doing in the meantime. You've got a lot to offer here. You've got a lot of care that actually has already got a purpose, and it's already being utilized. You are already providing or caring for or looking after something or someone. Don't let this conflict upend all of that. You may be able to let some of that burden go as time progresses, but that's just returning to that state of you being secure on your own. Don't jump into something else at the moment. It may seem all shiny and shiny and magic and wonderful, but that way lays stress, burdens, something that you want to be getting out of, and a clash of, it's not even a clash, like I said before, because they're not diametrically opposite. It's just they're two different worlds, and the two things don't meld together. Oil and water. That's the a good image for that one. It's oil and water, two different worlds. They don't need to meet. It won't work well. All right. Well, if this means anything to you, Gemini, sorry, that's not great tidings, but the question is what we mean to reduce. And so what you need to reduce is how you are reacting to the external stimuli when you've been working so hard on your own self. Those efforts are coming to fruition. Bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius, yeah. Bring love into it, but there's loving yourself here with this Nine of Pentacles, and there's wanting to love the outcome. And in this particular outcome, it's more burden, it's more hassle, it's more wanting to look for freedom afterwards, wanting to get out of it afterwards. So don't go on that journey just yet. Okay, so I think just for the sake of a headline, I'm going to call this one Criminal Enterprise from this Oracle of Heaven and Hell card. If it means anything to you, please do comment down below. There's circumstances that this was, certainly if it is a love reading, maybe the person you're interested in, who may be an Aries as well, could be involved in a few dodgy things and they've got a bit of karma to sort out of their own. The Aries reading didn't point that karma bit out, but that's what these cards are suggesting. But it could manifest in so many different ways. Comment down below if you feel free to. Press subscribe while you're there and keep your eye open for the new moon reading, where all of this, especially if you've chosen to go, no, I'm not making that commitment just yet, because Three of Wands, just that one short of a commitment, and that's a good thing. The three indicating movement, wanting to get out, and the wands relating to this Ten of Wands here, of the burden that you've taken on. Be careful about doing something that appears like leveling up just at the moment, just for these couple of weeks. All right? Cheers.